Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome to the beta branch update for May 21st. Once again, I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody for their support. I was accepted into the YouTube partnership program. Kind of a surreal moment, as I didn't think this would happen, but it's been a crazy 9 months, and I just wanted to once again personally thank everybody for the support that they've given over these 9 months. Now let us get to the fun time. A little bit more to report on this one than the last one. Governors are not totally updating. Now, you do have to actually leave the settlement or the page, I would say the settlement, for your governors to update exactly how well they're doing on their project. If you just throw them in there, you'll see that the project doesn't change. However, if you come back into the settlement, it will update. There have been a couple other reports that they still don't think they're 100% accurate, although that I cannot confirm with right now. They did put in a update to the pathing for AI, and from the things that I've seen, it doesn't go very well. I think the pathing is actually worse, and you can get them where a lot of times they just won't do anything. A couple things you can do, which has been suggested, is first of all, you can let your sergeants take command of the troops. That might help it out. When you get the AI to just stand around a lot of times, it can sometimes be because you haven't knocked the front door down, or that the door of the siege tower hasn't come down, and then they'll start to move. So it's still pretty bad pathing when it comes to sieges in general. Hopefully they'll get to work on that. We've been over a year into this now, and it doesn't look like it's that much better than it was. As I put in my caravan video, profits are down from caravans. They're down across the board, literally from 1.5.9 in every aspect. However, I was able to confirm once again this bug, I would say it's a bug, is back. The more caravans you run, the less profit per day each one of them is going to get. So I actually ran, I believe it was one caravan, and it pulled about 200, 225 a day with no skill. And once I ran 10 of them, I was down to between 100 and maybe 170 a day on average. So the more you run, the less you're going to make. I have confirmed that. So caravans are in a very, very bad spot once again. Workshops at times are making very little to no income. It has been hard to track down exactly what the problem is with that. It seems sometimes they get bugged. However, I think it does have something to do with the loyalty of the town. As a lot of you realized through the beginning of the games, there is a ton of loyalty problems and a ton of rebellions going on. And when they get below a certain point, I believe it's 50, productions in the town start to drop. And when it gets down to under right around 25 to 35, everything just goes haywire. And I think that is what's happening when you get workshops that are producing absolutely nothing. So if something is not being produced in your town and it's dropping a lot and it's nowhere near what I say it should be on my workshop video, check the loyalty of the town by going into the encyclopedia and see how much loyalty the town has. And finally, to the bad part, the memory leak. We're sitting on about 3 weeks now with it, and this has now become 1.5.8. When we had that 3-week memory leak, as of this time at about 1 p.m. Eastern, GMT -4, we still do not have a hotfix for it, and we still do not have any communication from Tailworld, except to say that they are aware of it and working on a problem. So they have been working on it for 3 weeks to no avail. And we have no fix in sight. My hope is that it'll make me look dumb, and within an hour or two after this, that they will have a fix for it. But I've seen some of the YouTubers out there that are running this thing, and it's pretty bad for them. Thankfully, my system isn't too terribly affected by it, just having to turn down the graphics, but to some people, it's pretty darn awful and almost unplayable. It really depends on the system specs that you're actually running as to how bad it's actually going to affect you. Some people, not so bad. Some people, an absolute disaster. I wish we would get some word from Tail World, but as you realize by now, communication with the devs is pretty much an impossible thing right now. So we just have to continue to wait for it and hopefully sometime here soon. As of last week, I'm going to say basically the same thing I said. Going to do it again. If for some reason you haven't updated Steam into the patches, don't do it. Unfortunately, if you have, it looks like the memory leak affects everybody. Even if you go further back than 1.5.9, you're going to get hit with it. There's nothing you can really do about it. So, completely uninstalling the game, reinstalling it back to, let's say, 1.5.7 doesn't look like it's going to solve the problem. It looks like it was put out through the entire branches of the entire game, and everybody is dealing with it right now. As I've said, I wish that they would allow some people in the community to experience these patches beforehand, give us like a 24-hour test. It's an extra step in the process in which a lot of people say, well, that's what the beta branch is for, which I 100% agree with. However, this is a unique situation. As you could see, this is not affecting just the beta branch. It's affecting every branch. And a memory leak like this should not be allowed to go to all the branches. And if they put an extra 24-hour step to let some people in the community test these branches ahead of time, it would have been caught, and then therefore it never been released in the first place. It's something I've tried to push Tail World into doing. I've been met with nothing but resistance from them. I think it's a really good step into trying to stop this from happening, especially to the people that have been unable to play the game. So once again, though, we just have no end in sight. We just have to continue to wait. Upgrading to 1.5.10, if you've already taken the patch, you might as well do it. It's a pretty decent patch. Not the greatest in the world, but the leveling system, I think is pretty darn awesome. I did make a test yesterday on a live stream, and I was able to get 175 roguery pretty easily doing prison breaks. I'm not sure if I will live stream today, as I did lose that file, so I don't have that one, so I'm not exactly sure what I would do if I were to live stream. But that is the beta branch update for May 21st. And I will say the update, not beta branch, considering it's not affecting just 1.5.10. So once again, I just wanted to thank everybody for their support. I hope it hasn't affected you too bad as far as the memory leak. I know some people it has. We'll get one here really soon to fix the problem. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I will see you guys next week. Take care, and thanks for watching.